Oh, it's time to go hiking again here on Pardon My German. Hello and welcome to the channel. I'm Michael. Thanks for joining me today as we're hiking, starting here in the spa garden of Bad Neuenahr, and we're taking the hiking path MK1. Quite an odd name. MK stands for Medical Hiking Trail, Medizinischer Kurwanderweg, and there's a number of hiking trails called like that. Don't forget that Bad Neuenahr is a spa town, and a lot of people come here for rehab. So someone invented these medical hiking trails, and they're all named MK1, 2, or 3. And to make matters a bit more complicated, they come in a color code in yellow, blue, or red, with yellow being the easiest MK1, for example, and then there's an MK1 blue, which is somehow in between, and there's an MK1 red that is the most difficult of these three. The same thing goes for MK2 and MK3. Not a particularly imaginative way to name hiking paths, but mostly we will be following the MK1 blue today. Um, and yeah, as blue as these grapes here are. So let's get started. In fact, we start today here on the banks of the Yar, not too far from where I live. Some impressions you have already seen if you watched my earlier videos on Bad Neuenahr before the flood. This video has just recently been taken, so a lot of sites where work is still done or has to be done. Here in the spa garden, this little beach is one of the few spots where I would say the town looks better now than before. Walking along the banks of the Yar is not really part of the MK1 Blue, but I prefer this route over the proposed one. Here is one side with a striking contrast. Newly built houses on one bank of the river, but a totally unrepaired school on the other. Here we are in the town of Bachem, at the St. Anna Chapel. These vineyards here in the Bachem Valley are most likely planted with Frühburgunder, Pinot Noir Précoce, as you will know if you watched my videos on the Red Wine Trail. Now we are formally on the MK1 Blue. I will let you know when we divert from it again. So, a few words about this chapel, the Lourdes Chapel at Bachem, which was built in 1948 by a local shoemaker as a sign of gratitude for surviving the Second World War. And inside of it, I think this is such a beautiful example for what I would call popular piety, the piety of the common man, so to speak. Wonderful example of that. And I rarely miss visiting this chapel when I'm in the area. It's just a very touching moment to get in there. As you can see, there are these blue signs that mark our way. In all, this trail is about 9 kilometers long, or a good 5.5 miles, and it takes about 2.5 hours to go. The trail includes this fairly lengthy uphill passage, which in parts follows the Arsteig, a long-distance hiking trail. The passage leads here into the vineyards around Bachem, with a view of those of Ahrweiler and Bad Neuenahr on the other bank of the river. And here we divert from the MK1 again. The original MK1 is just as steep as this asphalted road here, and after nearly slipping there once, I prefer to take this road because it's safer. Further down the hill, we turn right onto the hiking trail number 3. We cross the river after passing Dahliengarten and then walk along the Ahr at Kaiser Wilhelm Park. Well, that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed our little trip, and if you did, then please give the video a thumbs up. And if you like hiking videos in general, then please hit subscribe so you don't miss any future content. There's going to be a lot more hiking videos coming up on this channel. And then I hope to see you on the next video. Bye-bye.